All right, nice. So, final question
Okay.
before quick fire.
Whoa.
Whoa! So this is from Mike. What's your opinion on young or experienced bands playing for free / being paid pittance and the effect it has on the current scene? Is it devaluing music to the general listener?
Do it. Free. Oh, I'm going to get some stick for this one.
Oh,
This
boy.
is where everyone goes, yeah, that Damo. They're going to go, no, I hate him.
Yeah.
No, but I tell you what, one thing I hear a lot is how things are affecting a scene. Like, the actual music scene isn't affected by that. The music scene isn't affected by quality, because when you were coming up and when I was coming, I was shit. I remember doing the first gig. If I go back now, I'll watch it and be like, ooh, that was terrible. You got to cut your teeth somewhere. And so when I did my first bunch of gigs, I did them for free. I didn't just go, right, I want to go and do imagine doing a gig. How cool is it going to be doing a gig? Right, how much are you going to pay me?
Yeah.
People will go, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. And so, same thing with being a musician. Is when I was coming up through the ranks, I needed to get experience. Experience is the number one thing, because I need to know that when I can go and do a gig, something is going to go wrong and how I can fix it. And I work with musicians every day, and I can promise you this, that they're all rather cocky when it's all going well. It's all fantastic, but it's when the poop hits the fan, then all of a sudden, that's when lots of people break. That's when I get loads of phone calls. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it's like, yeah, that's experience. Once you've dealt with the things going wrong 50 times, those things don't throw you anymore. But they do for the first couple. The first time that you've done a bunch of gigs and you are turning up to a gig and your car breaks down, that first time that happens, oh, it's brown trousers. That is a time of panic. The time that you have to ring that agent the first time and go, I have a problem, is sphincter shattering, is what it is.
Same with these expressions.
So, and so that's experience. And so how do you get experience? Well, in order to get experience, you have to do stuff for free. You don't buy a guitar and say, right, I'm going to practice in order to get really good. Who's going to pay me?
Yeah.
You don't do that. Nobody would pay you to practice guitar at the beginning, so why should they pay you to do the first batch of gigs? It's just that there are more people in the world now wanting to actually play guitar. There's more music colleges around throwing out musicians, and if I'm honest, there's too many music colleges throwing out substandard musicians who aren't good enough, and then everyone is leaving music college after 3 years of being told, you the man, you the man, you the man, and people go, oh, I'm the man, oh, okay, well, I should get paid, shouldn't I? And then you're coming out into the industry and you got to compete with me. And I'm gonna shit on you as a bass player, because I've done 2,000 gigs. How can you compete with that on a level? Just like Nathan East comes along, and I go, oh, I can't compete with Nathan. He's really, really amazing. So it's finding your level, and so if you have to do stuff for free, you have to do stuff for free. That's just building your legacy from the start. You can't just jump halfway and go, I don't want to do the horrible bit. Just like every single band going, I'm going to have to do the toilet tour. I'm going to have to do those venues where 2 people show up because next time 10 people will show up. Do you want to? No, I want to go and play Wembley Stadium. Yeah. But you can't jump into these things. So does it devalue the stream? No. And just like new musicians coming in to want to get paid, does that devalue it? I hear that all the time. It doesn't, because all it does is it says that if you are at a very high level and you've been doing this for 10 years and you can't compete, that's your problem, not the fact that because there's always new musicians coming through. There always has been. And it's the same thing as when I hear people go, coming over here, taking their jobs, and I just think, dude, they've got no shoes and they don't speak English. If they're taking your jobs, what does that say about you as opposed to them? For me, when it comes to the music industry, the lower end, and that's what we're talking about, the lower end. We're not talking about people just coming in and demanding thousands of pounds for playing a gig and people going, yeah, they should get that. We're talking about the low end. The way you do it is you have to build experience and you have to take on anything and everything. And if you can get paid, great. But if you can't, you do the gig anyway. Because for me, if you're a musician and you're watching this, not a band, but if you're a musician wanting to get work and get paid, if you are in on a Saturday night and you are not doing a gig, you are doing it wrong. For me, it's as simple as that, because Saturday night, musicians should be out playing. If this is your career, if you have a Saturday night off, for whatever reason, gigs been cancelled, it's February, whatever it is, if you don't have a gig on a Saturday, you need to be thinking to yourself, I've royally done something wrong to get to this point. Or I haven't worked hard enough, or I'm angry with myself because I've got, and every so often musicians will have a Saturday off, and that's when they get on their phone and go, drummer available for Saturday, I've not got a gig, anyone need a gig. If you're not doing that, if you're not panicking because you don't have a gig on Saturday night, free or otherwise, then you're not doing it quite right.
Yeah.
And for me, if you've got lots of Saturdays free as a musician, then that's the time where you just go, well, in which case, get me the gigs first and the money will follow.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to get stick for that.
Yeah.